Alright, it's at Love Clark. I wanted to talk about a subject someone brought up. I think the name is My Lord in Christ or something. Anyway, she believes in, she reports good stuff, you know. A lot of the stuff she reports is interesting, makes me think, it makes me wonder. And I kind of agree with some of it, but or believe it to be possible. But I think she believes in the flat earth thing, which I don't know enough about the scientific evidence they're trying to point out to prove it. So I don't really give a shit if she believes in that, because, well, imagine if there was a genius that believed the earth was flat, and like just believed the earth was flat, okay? But he was brilliant in every other area. Would you deny anything that, this person had to say? Like if they came up and built a machine, or for instance, built a machine that they could, manipulate the molecules on anything, like alchemy, turn lead into gold or whatever, right? Would you, or someone that had that kind of fantastical ability, would you, dismiss the good parts that they had to offer just because there was some flaw in their understanding of, or their paradigm of the world? Does it really matter if the earth is flat or round? I mean, does it? Believe what you want about it. It's all in your head, what you want to believe anyway. But, that's the difference between what's actual factual reality and what your perception of reality is. But anyway, so she's reporting on something, so just thought I'd explain this character for a minute. So she's got good shit, regardless of if I agree with the other stuff she believes in. But she's bringing up this idea of Trump wins this election, will he be assassinated? Is he willing to be assassinated? The thing that made me think about this, and I didn't finish reading it, I just read the little title, so it gave me an idea, another idea, just from that idea, so I'd come share that, okay? Could it be possible, that, say, JFK, was assassinated by Freemasons, because he was involved in the mob shit, and Russia shit, and people knew he was going to do some changes, and he had announced his war against these banks, central banks or whatever, and secret societies, and he was going to start squashing all that, and military industrial complex, all that shit, and he got killed. Now what if, by chance, what if these people do get in by Illuminati, elected in by Illuminati, or there's always these people that make sure that it's done really by law, and once in a while you get one voted in, like Kennedy, right? Or however the scenario is. Okay, the point is, I'm trying to make is, well, what if Trump is being like Kennedy and not want to listen to what all these other people, the globalists, want to tell him, or Illuminati, or maybe he's Illuminati, but he doesn't want to go along with the New World Order as much. And I know you guys want to think that's 2 in 1, and it kind of is, but some of those people aren't ready. They still want to play around in their playground. See what I mean? But I don't know if it's making any sense, but let's just say that Trump is popular enough to where, he's going against the grain of what they really want done, okay? And they shoot him like they shot Kennedy for the same reasons, that he wanted to do the same stuff as Kennedy and get rid of all the baloney shit, basically, essentially doing a lot of the same stuff Hitler did for Germany, which was all very good, What if that's a scenario, That, could this guy get, murdered for basically going against the grain, ruffling some feathers? Is he going to ruffle too many feathers, along the way? We'll have to just wait and see, but it's a very definite possibility that if that is the case, and he's just saying F off to a lot of these people that usually assume that they have control over everybody, and he's running it, really actually running it, then they may have to end up trying to assassinate him, because they don't like that. They don't like that out of control stuff. They gotta keep it their way. My way or the highway is their way. Like the AC/DC song, The Highway to Hell. So, if Kennedy was ruffling too many feathers and wasn't listening to what everyone else told him to do around him, and did what he wanted to do and said, screw you, I'm trying to do the best for the country, and actually tried to do something, and they killed his ass for that reason. If, this is all if, okay? So don't start going back, this is the blah blah blah, with all your historical facts. I don't want to hear all that shit, okay? Sorry to sound rude, but I want to hear that later. I'm just comparing. If that was the case, then, and Trump is doing the same kind of thing, then could be possible, very well possible, that he could become a Freemason, Illuminati sacrifice. So maybe think about that. I ain't trying to intimidate nobody like Trump or anything, obviously. How am I gonna intimidate him? But I just wanted to point that out, because that could be possibility. He may even get all the way into the White House, and then they do it, who knows? Who knows? Because that might be another catapult. I mean, let's say they used some kind of false flag terrorist to do that, and then they find out, it was a terror. Do you know, or whatever country they want to attack, do you know all they'd have to do is just do that? Something like that, and next thing you know, we're all up in arms to war with some people, just like in 9/11. So, watch out for false flag assassination presidents and stuff, because those can also become catapults, okay? So, I was just thinking about that, and also it's kind of like with Lincoln, in a way, even though he was a bastard, and it wasn't for freeing the slaves, it was for freaking keeping them here, and not making sure they had a way home. And also for the stuff he did, he didn't have to start war. He didn't have to start that civil war. It wasn't to end slavery. That was the idea that came later. People don't realize that shit. It was over greediness. The banks. He wanted to make the monies, keep the monies, central banks and all that. he wanted to do, so, yeah, it's like all the people they teach you in school, you're supposed to be these heroes and stuff, they're just piles of, well, hear those dogs barking? Yeah, the piles of dog shit. Piles of dog shit. Why do we celebrate these days? Why do we celebrate these President's Days? I don't know. When they just want to say, well, we want to take Andrew Jackson off the dollar, and a lot of blacks want to take them all off the dollars. Right ahead, man. In my opinion. Take them all off the dollar. What do we need a president's face on the dollar for? I mean, if they were the scoundrels, the history, I understand that they were. These people, we shouldn't be putting their faces on the dollar. That should be in the history books, but not on the dollar, because that is a thing that people, it's a dynasty, okay? It's a dynasty, because they're all family from all the way back to John Lackland, okay? Go check out Evil King John Lackland, and then do your YouTube search on the family tree of all the presidents are related, okay? And you'll see it. Put all that search in there together. John Lackland, all presidents related, and you'll, bam, it'll pop up for you, okay? Check it out, if you haven't already. Pretty interesting, because y'all think you've had choices, whether, and like how I pointed out one day, in any scenario, it could have been either scenario, whether you think you picked a vote or not, right? Like say you voted and you actually did vote, right? There's candidate A and candidate B. Say you voted and you did vote, and your vote did count, so the country picked that candidate. But the people put up both candidates in the same family, and they didn't care. They didn't care which one won or lost, because as long as they kept that family ruling it. Or the other case scenario is that the vote's rigged and it doesn't matter, and they're still both in the same family, so it didn't matter. They kept it in the same family either way. Okay? Think about that shit, man. Man, they should do a DNA test on all these guys and say, you know what? You guys have been in a ruling class for long enough. It's time to let somebody else rule. Come get my DNA. I bet you I ain't got none of their dumb DNA. I bet you I don't, because the white people I'm related to, they ain't ugly. These people are ugly. These politicians, they're ugly. They're fucking ugly white people.